So it's 11:56. I'm just starting out on that Coupland Loop. I think I'm gonna do that again today. Coupland Loop. Let's see, where does this go? Oh yeah, it does come. Oh, it comes back right here. So let's see how long I'm not gonna stop at that little oceanside beach there, and I'm gonna walk at my normal pace, and I'm gonna push all the way through and see how long it takes. I think this is 1.8 kilometers, so if someone wants to do the math, let me know. I really like this path. It's really nice and wide. It's steep in places, like right here. I know the camera doesn't show it, but man, if you had a toboggan, you'd be going crazy down this hill right now. It'd be a blast. Or even a bicycle. It'd be like, I can't believe this is. Oh, here comes some more people. Or someone, anyways. Hello. See, look how long and straight this is here. It goes somewhere. A big loop. So if I do this loop, this will be the longest I've walked since I started 3 weeks ago. So I just finished 3 kilometers by the beaver dam, and I'm not winded or tired. My feet are just a little bit sore, but nothing to complain about. And so I told myself this morning, if I was gonna feel pretty good at the end of that first loop, I was gonna do this. So I'm just gonna continue right through without stopping, unless something of interest comes along, like a grizzly bear or a polar bear or a Canadian alligator. A giraffe, maybe, if a giraffe sticks its head out. Hippopotamus, maybe. There's been this big debate over the years in the animal kingdom. Who would win a battle between a full-grown male grizzly bear and a full-grown male lion? And if those two somehow were able to come, live in the same area, and they contacted each other, who would win? Because they're both very big animals, and they both are extremely powerful. And here comes another little friend walking the trail. What's his name? Mila. There's little Mila. Look at that. Kiki, Mila. That was Mila. Little friend named Mila. Little friendly Mila. So yeah, polar or grizzly bear, or is that grizzly bear poop? No. A grizzly bear or a lion? A bear. If you've ever seen a bear, man, in real life, you can't. I remember as a kid, I was telling my grandpa, if I ever met a bear, I'd just climb a tree. And my grandpa just kind of looked at me like, you have no idea what you're talking about. And a bear. So here we are at Main Beach Trail. This is that Don Apps trail that I was at yesterday. And we're just gonna keep on trucking. This should probably take, 20 minutes maybe at the most. A grizzly bear, man, when they stretch themselves out and stand up next to a tree, they're 12 feet high at least. Like they are like, you can't, you know, you couldn't climb a tree fast enough, and any tree you can climb, they can climb. Their claws, just the claws, not their paw. Just their claws are like the size of your finger. And they just, that's why you see people they just one swipe and they just rip, they just take the scalp right off a person. You have no chance. You have no chance against an animal like that. And their paw is the size of like a 12-inch dinner plate. And then on top of that, they have like those 4-inch claws. And their claws, bears are an interesting creature because they're omnivorous, meaning they eat anything from twigs and grass to strawberries, blueberries, to meat. You know, like they can take down game, at deer. They'll eat anything. And their claws are designed for tearing. And they tear into like that tree we saw back there that I was saying was all fallen down. It's designed to tear into that, and then they eat thousands and thousands of little ants and grubs and bugs in those. Here's Donna. Here's that beaver, or here's that trail down to the ocean. So we're just gonna keep on rolling here, walk right on by. So they eat anything, including people. They like short people, short Americans. They have a special affinity for short Americans. And I was reading somewhere that they really they have a taste for Norwegian food. Short Americans who probably eat a lot of Norwegian food. They go for those. They're like snacks. That's like a polar bear snack. But Canadians, they don't like they're Canadians are their friends. See a polar bear, or a grizzly bear, or any black bear, they would see and smell that there's this is, they can smell a bear's smell is better than a dog's. So if a dog can smell 600 times more than what a human can, a bear can smell better than a dog. Can you imagine that? A dog's sense of smell was described to me one time, and I'll describe how a bear's smell is. So we're walking along a street and you smell a pizza. It's like, oh, I smell a pizza. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my goodness. While you're walking with the dog, he's like, I smell the cheese, I smell the pepperoni, I smell the onions. Well, a bear smells the ingredients of the pepperoni and the ingredients of what makes the cheese. And so, you know, if we just smell the pizza and the dog just smells the ingredients, the bear smells what's inside the ingredients. So these forest creatures have incredible abilities that just boggle our minds. Here's this big tree here. They decided to leave him. I have to hustle because there's some forest dwellers bearing down on me. Oh, is this an F-18 or something coming? Listen to it. Oh no, it's a search and, oh, there it is, right above me again. See him? Some kind of a search and rescue. They're out looking for people on the lost trail. Kind of embarrassing when you're walking along the trail And there's these old people that are on canes, and they're like catching up with you and passing you, and you're like, oh my goodness, I better really get going here. And they're just out for an afternoon stroll, and they're passing you. It's like, it's time to pick things up, boys. Time to get off the couch and get going. Too many pizzas and too many chocolate chip cookies and too much Pepsi. You gotta get cracking then. I hear helicopters starting up there now. There's a big air base here. Comox Air Base is a huge search and rescue for the west coast of Canada and the upper United States. As much as there's borders, the Canadians and the Americans have a really good friendship when it comes to, you know, military cooperation or asset cooperation, and especially out over the ocean. If there's a ship floundering or something, everybody goes and helps. It doesn't matter who you are, you just go and help them out. And same as with forest fires, Canadians send their forest fighting assets down. There's lots of Canadian water bombers. I heard there was like 500 guys from Alberta down in the States, all highly trained. Some of them are those guys called forest jumpers. And these are really guys that are in just incredible shape. And they literally jump out of planes with the food they've got and kind of like a shovel, and they drop them into these hot spots. Oh, what is that? Is that a woodpecker? I think that's a woodpecker, is it? Well, he's not doing much pecking if he is. I gotta go, the people are catching up. Oh. Maybe I should let them go. I hear another plane. Another rescue plane. Hello! We're way in the middle of the Canadian forest. Oh, it's an aurora. So we've got another little friend going by. He's like, his legs look a little tired. He looks like he's probably a little bit of an older guy. So anyways, this deep forest. This big tree here, man. Look at this side. Look at this thing here. I think that's a fir tree. I think that's one of those famous Douglas firs. Look at, people have gone in here to look at it. Incredible. Look at how beautiful it is. Anyways, here's so a bear can smell when there's little grubs and stuff, and they can feel them and hear them. It's amazing. They have real sensitive paws, so they have these amazing claws that can just tear through steel. Like they'll rip off a door of a car, like you sit there and watch them, and they just rip the door off a car like it's not even there. And then they go into get the food and then when they're starving in the forest, when there's no humans around, they start, you can tell the difference between a bear that truly lives in the forest and the one that lives near a community. Because the one near a community will be fat and kind of lazy. Bears, the one thing you want to know about a bear is they are lazy. They go for the easiest food, the most tastiest food. They don't like to do a lot of stuff. They like to, and you'll see them when when they fish for salmon in the fall, or summer, whenever they have the salmon run and the bear's there, they're so good at it. Like they're amazing fisher. They just stand there, and all of a sudden, the next thing you know, they've got a fish in their paws, and they take one bite, and then they throw the fish away. They just take out of the belly. The belly of the fish is this real juicy, tender part, real fresh meat. You could literally cut open a salmon, a really good, not one that's near death, and you could eat it without cooking it. You don't even need to cook it. So here's another oh my goodness. Oh, I see. I was at this sign yesterday. I got lost a bit. So I'm back to 620 meters to the outhouse. If I need to go to the outhouse, but I don't think I do. Not right now. Just so you know. So yeah, there's this place called Ocean Falls, way up in northern British Columbia. And all the people who live there and who have ever lived there are just crazy people. Oh, here comes another plane. There it is there. See it? Oh, it's like Donald Trump's jet or something. Looks like Donald Trump is dropping fire bombs or something. It must be. I don't know why Donald Trump's always up here in Canada dropping fire bombs, and man, what an evil man he is. Oh, here we are at see that fork in the trail? Yeah, take it. And this is gonna go to the fern. Oh, I looked at this fern yesterday. I might take this trail maybe tomorrow. I'll have to look at the map a bit closer, but I could leave the cars, and this fern trail goes up this trail here and then down and then back, crosses the highway and back towards Meldas Marsh. So it goes way down away from where the cars are, crosses the road, and then comes back on a bit of an angle away from the road towards that swampy marsh, and then reconnects there. That would be, I've never been on that trail either, so this is the second time I've been on this trail, and I know it's really easy, real gentle, real well kept. So this is a good finish to the day trail. This one, I like this one. It's really, the other one, that marshy one, has tree branches and stumps, like the big things, and it makes it more work, more exercise, and more, you got to pick your feet up and kind of concentrate on where you're walking. And this one, if you're tired, like I'm getting tired now, I'm starting to get tired, but I'm almost there. And so this is a good way to finish the day, and it's a good way to I guess wind down. Anyways. Oh, there's another one of those. It looks like Mr. Snuggles there had a little snack and spit him out or something. Oh no, he's still moving. Look at him. Look at how fast he's moving. He's moving at a snail's pace. See how invasive these are? These black ones have all taken over. Oh, look at this little friend. Hello. Look at it. What's his name?
Ivan.
Ivan. Look at that tail on him. Wow, he's a nice dog, eh? Look at that. He's a nice husky, eh? See that, man? How good he was? No barking. He was just looking to see what his master had for him, to see what instructions. And that dog was fairly young. That was a good dog. That was a really beautiful dog. He's loving his time out here, boys. He's loving it. So all these search and rescue planes taking off. Not sure if there's a training mission. I can hear another one. Can you hear it? Listen to the plane. I don't know if the phone will pick it up. You can hear it droning in the distance, and that's sounds like one of those J-27 Spartans or one of these new Kingfishers. I think they named it. You know, stupid name. Canada has this tradition of naming its ships and stuff real non-aggressive names. Canada one time had this group of ships during the Second World War called the Flower class. Imagine a warship named after flowers. This is the HMCS Petunia. Please surrender, right? This is the HMCS Rose. You know, sounds so aggressive. Oh, here comes the flower. You know, everyone else is Britain HMCS Aggressor and HMCS Victorious and HMCS Vanquish and all these names that sound really threatening. But Canada, we name our ships after flowers. You know. The HMCS Petunia, and this is the HMCS Geranium. Put up your hands and surrender. Is that what is this? This is some kind of a spit or something. I don't know what that is. HMCS Begonia or something, yeah. The dreadnought British, you know, they had invented those battleships back in around 1900 or something. They're called dreadnoughts. Like you just dread seeing one of those things coming over the horizon, right? Not so much with Canada. It's like, oh, here comes the Petunia. Here comes the Morning Bell, HMCS Morning Bell. "23 minutes. So I'm walking along pretty good here, boys. My ankles are starting to get a little sore. Yeah, it's uphill on the last, I don't know, 200 feet, 300 feet. It's uphill, so I can really feel it, which is kind of cool. I'm going to finish off on a nice uphill, and then, so that's really cool. I can feel it in the back of my legs. So this is like, well, this is the longest I've walked, and I'm finishing up here, and I'm just starting to get, I've just about had enough. I'm finished here. I can't go much further. So this was a really good way to push through to the end. And I'm sure my legs will be sore, but my whole body has been doing really good the last 3 weeks. Well, there was only one day that I was really I couldn't believe how much pain I was in. And then there was another day I couldn't go. And then there was 2 times I took my bicycle for a ride instead of a walk because my legs just couldn't take it. So anyways, we're back at the cars. This is the end of it. And I stopped a couple times and it took 25 minutes to finish. There we go.